Short time trial, will that play to his strengths? Clearly this is a man who is a good all-rounder. Gets up a hill very well indeed. Any time trial as well. How will the ascent of Mount Baldy suit him on the weekend? Could it be that the main GC guys are just thinking more about Mount Baldy and weren't minded to really go racing today?
I think they've underestimated this young man. 7 riders in the breakaway. It was Tinkoff, Saxo that were riding pretty much most of the day until we went to the bottom of Mount Hamilton. Then Team Sky came up, put the pressure on, and this is the results now. But I think they underestimated this man. He started his career with the Continental team La Palme Marseille. A good outfit to go to, because a lot of the riders that go to there, that team as a young rider, tend to go into kind of pro ranks and get noticed. It did look as if that was Jonathan Clark just been swept up by the front of the peloton, just on the left-hand side there, Declan. So only Oss is in front, plus our leader Skuyens. But yeah, good start. He's ridden for many continental teams, but he came here in 2014 last year, had a terrific season. Been a bit quiet this year, but he saved the best till this day.
Interesting move for him to go to the United States from Europe and racing with La Palme Marseille. So that was an interesting decision. Looks like it's one that's paying off, because he's in the shop window in international pro cycling at the moment and really making a big name for himself. 3:15 now, the updated time. It's still an impressive advantage. Surely he's racing to glory, stage glory.
Make a wish in Rome. Book your flight and hotel together and save with Expedia.co.uk. Atoll protected.
Delivery!
Ooh, great.
Delivery!
Just in time.
Delivery!
Perfect.
Can I ask how you can afford to buy all these amazing products?
I'm bidding on madbid.com. They're an online auction site where you can get brand new products with discounts of up to 80% off retail.
So, will I be delivering a brand new car tomorrow then?
Maybe. They auction cars too.
What was that site again?
Madbid.com.
Family with the Citroën Grand C4 Picasso. Voted What Car Magazine Best MPV for the 2nd year running. Citroën.
We're joined again by viewers from British Eurosport as we survey the scene at the front of the peloton, led by Lawrence ten Dam of Team Lotto NL Jumbo, lining the group out, but they're not getting back to Tom Skuyens, the lone leader up front from Hincapie Racing Team. He's been out front for most of the day, missed the initial break of 5 riders, raced across the gap from the peloton with his teammate Clark from the Hincapie Racing Team, made the junction with just about 60 kilometres of the day done, and now approaching the finish. 170 kilometres will be in their legs at the end of today's actions, and Tom Skuyens, will he get his hands in the air? At the moment it looks increasingly likely. It also looks likely that he could well hang on to take the overall leader's jersey. Suffering at the back, Ian Boswell for Team Sky. He did great work earlier on in this stage, setting a tempo that well, prevented any of the GC contenders attacking his team leader, Sergio Henao, or Peter Kenyuk, or Phil Dignan, or any of those other riders that perhaps might have, from Team Sky, that might have had GC ambitions. But these, all of those riders have been caught out a little bit by the sheer ability of Tom's Scoyens. Tinkoff Saxo on the front. They have Peter SaGan nestling in the middle of the peloton. Did well to get in there. In the green jersey of the Mountains leader. Here comes Peter Kenyuk, and that's going to be a little bit of a surprise, just trying to shake it up a little bit, and he looks around as if to say, no, don't worry about it. Is that Craddock, perhaps, who fancies his chances? So an interesting development as we start to see a little bit of activity at the front. At last, we see the general classification contenders actually flexing their muscles. Peter Kenyuk, British road race champion, on the front.
Yeah, he's having to do the riding, the front of the peloton. I'm surprised he didn't do that before. But you can just see the pace just was knocked off. Ten Dam is gone. Looks like Hernandez is gone as well. We've done a lot of riding yesterday. Just got to the kind of harder part of this long drag. They've lost quite a few riders. Also in there, Michael Shah from BMC. So it just got a little bit harder there. Kenyuk just decided to go and then thought twice about it. Craddock did go with him. But we're over the top of this climb now. 5 miles to go, 8 kilometres. So our leader Scoyens is on the descent, but it's been left up to Peter Kenyuk. Lawson Craddock right up there towards the front. Peter SaGan also in that green jersey. But again, Kenyuk is looking behind going, come on, I need your help. And it does look as if it's the Irishman Philip Dignan that decides to have a pop.
Yeah, the man from Donegal, Philip Dignan, 5th on the opening stage of the Tour de Yorkshire a week or so ago. So starting to come into some good form. Finished in that position overall. And was that an attack, or was that just him moving to the front of the bunch? Looked like a bit of a dig. Everybody slots in safely in behind him. Up front, the leader still showing over 3 minutes advantage to the peloton. Tom Scoyens racing to glory in San Jose this afternoon. Now just 2:55 we get the update, and each update, as you say, Brian, well, it's a multiple of 5 seconds each time, isn't it? So it's I think a little bit of an estimation. But still, the news is good for Tom Scoyens. The news is he's heading towards victory, and with it, the leader's jersey. Will it be enough for him to hang on through to the end of this race? Phil Dignan now on the front. Former stage winner in the Vuelta a España, finished top 10 in that race on that occasion back in 2009.
The problem is, because Sky have been riding and it got a little difficult just the last kilometre of that long drag, and you know, when you make that acceleration like Peter Kenyuk did, and then Philip Dignan went over the top, and you know, they're really putting their teammates under a little bit of pressure as well. I think possibly Kenyuk and Dignan should have been maybe helping the other teammates a little bit earlier and trying to bring this gap down. They obviously are looking towards Sergio Henao for the overall victory here. So I think a little too late, and it's all about damage limitation. So the British champion on the front, Peter SaGan right up there. He doesn't want to lose any time whatsoever, but I don't think he'll be sprinting for his 12th victory in the history of the Amgen Tour of California today.
No, he's red hot favourite to make it 3 second places in a row. That'll be disappointing and frustrating for him. The relief of a road going down, tempered somewhat by the knowledge that Tom Scoyens needs to continue to push on. His advantage is shrinking. He needs every second he can get. Will he manage to hold on to the finish? It is a testing little ramp in the last few kilometres. He's back inside, 5 kilometres to go now for the race leader on the 3rd day of the Amgen Tour of California 2015. And Sky are chasing frantically behind, assisted somewhat by Tinkoff Saxo. The assistance they were getting from Team Lotto NL Jumbo has dwindled somewhat since the departure of Lawrence Ten Dam. Satisfied with his shift, Robert Hessink is nestling in there in the group. Who's going to do the damage? Who's going to do the chasing? Looks like it's being left up to Sky. Peter SaGan staying close to the front. There's Mark Cavendish, overall race leader.
Yeah, he's in one of the back groups now, so just showing the race leader. It looks as if he'll be losing that jersey today. They have got one teammate in front. I did notice in that front group there was in fact Alaphilippe who was in that group.
Well, a few tweets at Dalside214 said just a couple of minutes ago, I do not think Tom Scoyens will make it. Will he hang on? There's a lot of bike riding to be done between now and the finish line. Less than 5 kilometres remaining and the pain etched on his face. There's nothing calm and measured about the encouragement he's getting from the team car now. It's just shouting and screaming encouragement. And well they might. The man from Carnicara in Latvia, late of Greenville, South Carolina, making a big name for himself in world racing today, and perhaps creating a launch pad for what would be a famous overall victory. But we don't want to speak too soon, because he's still got to make it to the finish line. He's got to take every second he can possibly get.
I think at this moment he's just looking at the stage. He will look at the time difference. That's if he hangs on here, which I think he will. I think he still has a great opportunity of winning in the stage. He still has 2 minutes and 25 seconds with only 2 miles to go. It does kick up in the last kilometre, very difficult climb, but it's how much he will take the jersey, the overall jersey. A couple of easier days tomorrow, enough for Etih's Quickstep and Mark Cavendish to control. Then we're into the time trial. There's a lot of other good time trialists in this race, and then we're up the climb of Mount Baldy. Is his team strong enough? They'll have a good go at it, but I don't think they are strong enough. So that's why we've got the riders behind. Team Sky really battling. They want to limit the losses today. Christian Knies, the ex-German champion, comes up to the front, and they've got strength in numbers, and they really have to bring this young man back to a manageable distance.
Andy Steele wants to know, why doesn't SaGan ever work with his own teammates?
Well, he's saving energy for the finish. He's not going to go up there in the time trial or for the Mount Baldy, so all he's looking for is points at the end of the day and a possible stage win. I don't think there's possibility of a stage win today. It does look as if Scoyens is going to take that victory, but how much time is he going to win by?
Sky still bossing the front of it. Scoyens, well, look at the way his shoulders are rocking, his head is nodding. He's in a world of hurt. He's inside 2.5 kilometres to go. The victory is his if he can possibly believe for long enough. Well, he certainly believes. He's got no self-doubt. Still full of energy. He's suffering, there's no doubt about it. But he's still got the what it takes to put it into the pedals. Just seen Theo Gegenhardt just moving up towards the front for the Axion team with the kind of fluorescent flashes to the side of his helmet. So a good ride by the young Scot today. That's a much reduced peloton. That's what's left of the main group. The overall race leader, Mark Cavendish, has been distanced. He's in a chasing group. James Oram at the back, man from Axion Racing Team. The man at the front, all eyes on Tom Scoyens. Will he hang on? If he does, what's the gap going to be? 2 minutes and 10 seconds with just over a mile left. It's about 1,600 metres left and the road continues to rise. Sky are charging down this gap now. Have they timed it to perfection, or have they blown it in a big way? Well, Scoyens really has given us a wonderful demonstration of adventurism. Could it be a second 23-year-old taking a big stage victory on the same day in World Cycling? Jen Love Cycling says, hope he makes it. There's something heroic about a solo break making it, and so say all of us. Surveying the scene over the peloton. Sky making inroads, but leaving it just a little too late. So the attacks are coming from the peloton behind, but are they going to get up to Tom Scoyens in time? It doesn't look like it. We're inside the final 1,300 metres of this, the third stage of Amgen Tour of California, as we start to see a little bit of activity from Trek Factory Racing. 2 kilometre to go point for the peloton. About 700 metres up the road, is that all it is? Maybe a little bit less than that, maybe a kilometre between them at this point, and surely that's enough for Tom Scoyens up front as the chases come from behind. Riders just trying to pinch a little bit.
Yeah, this is Laurent Didier from Trek Factory Racing, trying to go inside the last 2 kilometres, trying to get something out of this race. But on the steepest part of the finishing climb, he's kind of hanging on there. His legs are burning. He's just thinking of the road in front of him, trying to think of that stage 1, and he's trying to get there as quick as possible, but he's been ridden down by Team Sky.
Oh, I wonder will he make it. Last quarter mile of this stage is at 10%, and look at the way the gradient is is it being accentuated a little bit by the cameraman in the way that he's presenting the angle to us. I tell you what, Tom Scoyens wouldn't agree with that. He knows this is a very, very steep finish. And does he have enough in hand? About 2 minutes going into that last kilometre. That was the last update that we had. Did he have as much as that? He's absolutely suffering like a dog at the moment, but pushing like only a young man, forging a name for himself in world cycling knows how. And now Phil Duignan is also suffering in a similar way, absolutely burying himself. Scoyens sees 500 metres to go, but he's starting to weave around the road, and this is going to be touch and go, Brian.
I still think he's got enough to do this 500 metres. It does level in the last part of this climb. He's over the steepest part. You can just see he's starting to gain his rhythm. Everybody's tired today. For the first time, he's going to look behind. Still think he's got enough. We're not getting any time checks anymore, but it's still the Irishman Duignan just behind with Peter Kenyuk, the Manxman, and then just behind the green jersey of Peter SaGan.
Well, there's a bit of a contrast between the man out front, Tom Scoyens, as he races towards glory. Will he be able to hang on? And the pace of the peloton charging behind. They're absolutely flying down this gap as Duignan finally pulls off the front, a man who re-established his reputation in the United States, of course, with the United Healthcare team, so he knows these roads, knows this kind of racing. We're inside the barriers, inside the final 300 metres. We've hit the finishing cameras, and Tom Scoyens steals another look behind himself, pain etched on his face. He knows he's got to ride it all the way to the line, but it's going to be glory for the Latvian on a famous day. Racing into San Jose, he finds the energy to step out of the saddle once more and give it everything all the way to the line, to take as much time as he possibly can to see can he race into the leader's jersey. There's no doubt about it though, because he has got the stage success. See what that means to him. Tom Scoyens takes victory on stage 3, the peloton charging behind. He nods his head in almost disbelief at what is a famous success for the Hincapie racing team. They take victory on the day. The peloton inside the final 500 metres, so it looks as if he's going to hang on for the overall race lead, unless a couple of other riders have something to say about that. Hincapie racing team have designs on finishing 1-2 on the day.
Yeah, you can just see the green jersey of SaGan. He's looking for more points in that competition. He wants to take that of his own right. Alaphilippe is also in there, but plenty of people trying to get on the podium today.
So a couple of late attacks coming, and SaGan has to think about closing this one down. Have they left it too late? Looks like could well be one of the local riders racing to what would make it a very famous, local racing teams making it 1-2 on the day. But no, here comes Peter SaGan with an absolutely charging, thundering finish. Will he get round him in time? It looks like he will. 3 days in a row, Peter SaGan in second place. No arms in the air for him, but still a very, very impressive performance from the Slovakian rider.